So this is a quick makeup tutorial, I guess you could say. It's my first time trying to record one of these things. So I definitely realized there are some ways that I need to improve in editing and recording the video. I thought I could just edit out the ugliness, and that is not the case. So I applaud all of you beautiful YouTubers who have been doing this for years. It's kind of been the reason why I've had a channel since 10th grade and no videos. None. So anyway, if you want to see the look that was in the thumbnail, stay tuned. Of course, this isn't it. Excuse my appearance. I actually didn't even record this the same day. I recorded this little eyeshadow video for some friends, and since I done took all my life to record it and to do this thing, I might as well put it out there for you too. So we're gonna work at this. We're gonna get better. We're all under quarantine, so shit, we ain't got nothing else better to do. So again, if you want to see the look, this was inspired by two people, Trina, the Diamond Princess, and Sweetie, Icy Girl. I've not seen either one of them in blue eyeshadow look, so it's not like a picture inspiration. It's just kind of like some aesthetics that they've given. And I wanted to play around with blue. I did not show y'all, and I explained it in the video, I didn't show you the palettes. But again, this was kind of just helping some friends with like technique on eyeshadow, so maybe it'll be helpful to you. And then also, if you don't have those palettes, look for similar colors. I think sometimes we get tied up on palettes, and I might do some palette looks, but the palette really don't matter. It's just the technique and similar colors. So if you have blues at home, try with the blues you got, baby. Okay, try with the blues you got. That's all I'm saying. Don't come at me. Don't send for me. Okay. All right. Stay tuned. So this is just trying to show you my base of concealer. I'm just blending out the outer corners. And as you can see, I'm packing the color onto the crease. I did blue because that's just what I was recording. But I'm basically taking the shadow, taking the brush, picking up the color, and then just packing it into on my lid. This concealer, the base that I showed you, had already dried down. And as you can see, it's significantly lighter than my complexion. So I'm just packing the color. You always want to put the color on there first before you start blending. It just makes sure that you get the most pigmented color. So I'm blending the outside edges now, so that way there's no harsh lines later. Now I'm going into a different color. Again, doing the same thing, packing it in there. Originally I was going to show like the eyeshadows and stuff when I was trying to film this. I'm not good at tutorials, so that's what you see. But I'm just putting the colors, packing it onto the lid, then taking that light blue that I had before and blending it out with that blue that I have. So again, packing that darker, that more vibrant blue in, and then just kind of blending it out into the lighter blue. Then I'm taking this dark blue and putting in the outside edge. And onto the crease just to kind of further define it. Nothing spectacular. One day I'll learn a little. I'll get better at like doing tutorials, and editing on this is probably trash, but that's what I had. So yeah, I'm putting that color in. That's just me doing some more, just packing the color, blending the colors as I go. Of course, if you're not doing anything as crazy as this, using as many colors as I am, then you don't have to do as much blending and going back and forth. So that's what this is, kind of time consuming, because I'm using very, very, very vibrant colors. Like I showed you a little palette. I was going to show the colors on this, but it didn't really matter because we're just looking at more so the technique. So again, just packing that color, packing that all into the outer corners, and I'm just kind of blending it into the crease of my eye. And now I'm just blending those colors out since they're a little bit harsher. And then here in a minute, I'm going to apply more concealer let that dry down some more, and then I'm going to go in with my actual lid color. This is just all kind of just to help me with the transition. So here I am applying the concealer so that I can get kind of, it's not a cut crease, but I just wanted a bolder color, and I wanted to separate it since blue, unless you use very drastic blue, they all kind of blend in together. So I'm just carving out where I want that other eyeshadow to stick. If you're using natural colors, you don't have to. If you're using a gold or something, you may not have to do crease and base depending on what eye look you want. So, So yeah, I'm just going to go in and I'm going to carve that out. More of the same. And then we're going to skip to the next part. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. More of me carving out carving out the lid. I can't talk. So just showing you how I'm doing that. This part always takes a lot of time. Of course, this video is sped up, but I like to be very precise, so this part takes a lot of time. If you see here in the next couple of seconds, you'll see kind of like the little crescent shape of the concealer that I created on both lids. You can do that if you're not going to be doing a crease color. So like if you don't want to put color in your crease, you can actually just do your actual lid area, and then on the edges where it is kind of like that stark white from the concealer, or that yellow rather, you would just blend that out so that it doesn't, so you would take like that brush and kind of blend it out into your skin so it doesn't look crazy. But I always like, if I'm using a concealer base, to use a crease color and to kind of blend it out. I think it just makes the eyeshadow a little bit more dynamic, and it makes that color pop a lot more. So you, like if you're using a gold, you can do browns in the crease, you can do oranges in the crease. It just depends on what. Honestly, with gold, you can do any metal colors, gold, silver, you can do whatever, but I like to use a crease color because I feel like it makes it pop a lot more. Makes it a lot more vibrant. Now, as you can see, I went in on that dried concealer. I let that crescent dry on the lid of concealer, and then I went in and I packed. Again, we're always packing before we blend. Packed on some color onto the actual lid, and now I'm just blending in the lid colors so that it all kind of comes together and looks good with what I applied to the crease and base of the eye. So you won't see that finish, but this is the finished eye look. And then this is an under eye concealer. So this is the base that I did. As you can see, it is lighter, but not significantly lighter than my skin. That's just a base that I do. You don't have to do as much. That's my contour. I like to chisel my cheekbones, so that's why I am contouring. Getting the jawline, and then getting the sides of my nose and my forehead. I don't really have to contour my forehead a lot because I don't have a big forehead. And I'm just blending that color in so that there is no lines of demarcation. Doing so with my my beauty blender as well, just blending everything in. Careful not to muddle the colors. That's why you kind of want to make sure it's all been blended in before you go over your whole face. And this is a lighter concealer to highlight. This is about maybe 2 shades lighter than my skin complexion. The other concealer was more closer to my skin, I guess you could say. So I'm just blending that out on the bridge of my nose and everything like that. I kind of, again, I like concealers to dry down because I feel like that's where you get the pigmentation of that concealer. So that's why you see me going and skipping, blending that to put on my eyeliner. And then we're going to, everyone knows how to put on eyeliner, I feel like, cut from there. And now I am blending out that under eye concealer. That's after I let it set. I just kind of continue with my makeup so that it can build coverage and pigmentation. As it dries down, I guess it just becomes, you get better coverage. You can't remove as much product from your face, so it looks more pigmented, I guess you could say, would be the explanation. And I was watching TV, so excuse me from looking off. This is me doing the other eyeliner, and then blending it. Blending, 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 blending. Blending is your friend with any product that you use. Then we're going to cut to, now what I did off camera was I set everything with powders. So everything that I put that very light concealer on, I went back in and I set with a banana powder by Makeup Revolution. And then on where I contoured, I'm going in with a contour powder. It looks crazy as fuck right now, but it will look better later. So now I'm doing my brows. I like my brows to be kind of straight, if that makes sense. I don't want to like super define arch, just because I have an apple head. My head shaped like a heart, so I don't want the Taraji brows because it don't look good on me. So I'm just kind of carving out my brows while in a natural shape. And then I'm going to, after I fill them in, I'm gonna, and you won't see all of it, you won't see me blend it out, but I'm going to clean it up with concealer, and then you'll want to blend out that concealer. I didn't do so in the video. It's kind of cut out because, again, new to this whole tutorial thing. Yeah, so I'm carving out the eyebrows with the concealer. That concealer that I'm using under my eyes is, again, the concealer that's closest to my skin color, just because I don't want that really halo brow look that's so played out and not me. So I go in and that's the closest. It looks a lot lighter because it's standing against the contour that I blended out, but once you blend it out, it looks all snazzy, jazzy, and real classy. So I'm just making sure my brows are very important to me. So I'm making sure my brows are shaped to my liking. I hate long tails on brows. So that's why you can kind of see I cut my brow. I don't want my tail to go to my hairline. Some people do. I don't like that at all. It's not my zhuzh. So as I said, I blended it out. All I'm doing now is kind of filling in. I just filled in the beginning of my eyebrow. I just filled in what I messed up after blending, what I felt like I needed more color to. This is just a slow-mo of the actual shadow so that you can see the completed look of the shadow, because that's what we're here for. Yes. So just a nice blue. And then this is after I put on my lashes and everything, the final look. Just giving you girls a nice, sweetie, icy quarantine look. So there, I hope that helped.